I love some chicken. My favorite type of chicken is smoked chicken. Ooh, yeah, nice and slimy, just like I want it.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
If you were to defrost chicken in the microwave,
Yes?
do you defrost it until it's almost cooked?
Sometimes.
Maybe the person next to you can answer that question.
If I'm wanting some slimy chicken, I want some of that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the old Charlie Foxtrot podcast.
You just absolutely popped the microphones on the meter.
Yeah,
you went from 0 to 100 very quickly.
Look, I feel as if it was necessary.
Fair enough.
Sorry, it was.
Necessary.
Anyway, this week on the show, more bullshit.
Pretty much. Follow us on social medias. We have them.
Yeah.
Amen.
PYJAMA and stuff. All that jazz. Just Google it.
The Charlie Foxtrot.
Master Jacob, I have a bit of a question to pose to you. Now, you are an expert in childbirth, I am aware, where you are now. So I feel like this is the perfect question for you. So if a baby's leg pops out at 11:59 p.m, but the head doesn't come out till 12:01 a.m, what day was the baby born on? He's in deep thought.
No, I wasn't. I was just updating my LinkedIn account. Sorry, what was the question?
Were you not listening to me at all?
No, but what was the question? Oh, sorry, I was on LinkedIn.
So if a baby's leg comes out at 11:59 p.m, but the head doesn't come out to 12:01, what day was the baby born on?
Well, bugger my bum and call me Betty Bradley. That is a hard one.
Butter my toast and call me Gerald. I have no idea either, which is generally the reason why I asked you, because you are an expert on childbirth.
Yes, well, I once was right in the heart of it, childbirth. I really just...
about 9 months you spent up learning the craft.
Yeah. I spent around 9 months and I hit the climax where I was able to really participate in a practical manner, which taught me very well.
So it's sort of like university where, you're building up all this education and you finally get that internship where you really get into the nitty-gritty stuff. So that's what,
and then you change careers and decide that was a waste of time.
pretty much.
But this has got nothing...
You enter into a new life. You come out of your shell or the woman's vagina. If it's
I'd say the placenta is almost the shell. And
Good
you
point.
come out of the placenta and then you go straight up the guts. Well, actually, sort of straight down the guts.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, it depends if it's a cesarean section or not, because then
that's straight out the guts.
That's out the guts, but you can go sort of around the guts, as you said.
Okay. Well, actually, I'll answer a question with a question. A cesarean section, when is the baby born? When the baby's sort of taken out, or just when it's open, the stomach?
Well, when it's taken out.
But, it's still there.
But by that logic, there's consistently a hole there, so therefore there's consistently a thing to get into it. So therefore the baby's born when it's conceived. By that logic. Because you're talking about a hole to the baby, and there's continually a hole there unless you've got something a little wrong with you.
Hashtag truth. Okay, but to your question, I have no goddamn idea. Although if I have to take a stab in the dark, and stabbing in the dark really relates well to babies, I would probably have to say, I think once everything's out, Look, let's be real. If the baby's legs came out first at 11:59, and then at 12 the torso comes out, 12:01 the head pops out, but the little baby still has a finger in the vagina, and he's still got just
it's not born yet.
Yeah, but it's still got the finger in the vagina. If it's still got a couple of fingers in the vagina, and just holds it round, maybe has a bit of a
disco party up in there.
Tries to change the light bulb or something, and then it comes out at 12:05. I'd say the baby's born then, after he's had a finger.
Well, I've got another question for that. How does the umbilical cord come into play? Because therefore they're still connected, so technically the baby's still in the mother.
No, that's forgetting it.
Well, but I think it's when it's cut.
Oh, that's actually probably a bloody good idea.
So if you wanted to get real tricky, you just don't cut it. Therefore, the baby's never technically born.
That's a bloody good idea.
I might try that one day.
Well, next time I'm born, I'll try it. I'll tell that bloody doctor, you don't cut this umbilical cord. I don't want to be born.
I don't want my birthday to be this day. It needs to be tomorrow.
Yes. And for those of you who think, oh, he's just being a comedian, he's not going to get born again, that doesn't work. Well, actually, according to the Hindu faith, it does.
I mean, I'm
a Catholic, but apparently the Hindus have some truth.
For those of you out there who haven't been through this experience of birth yet, it's quite something to behold. And we encourage you to really put yourself out there and try and get involved and get amongst it. It does take a lot of time to really build up to the moment, but I'll tell you what, it's like freedom.
Shit, it's invigorating, isn't it? Just like
it's
an absolute
nothing
bubble.
quite like it.
It is a bubble of life.
The Charlie Foxtrot.
Shit, my LinkedIn account's great. Oh, wait, were you going to say something?
I was actually.
Okay,
That's kind of the whole point of this.
Okay, wait,
so the Olympic Games.
What about them?
Quite invigorating. My favourite sport personally is synchronised swimming.
Well, do you like that back in the day when they didn't wear clothes?
Did they do that?
Apparently.
Well, I've always been a fan of the art form, not the attire. Because, that synchronised, the way they sync themselves up with each other is something to behold.
Well, I love the attire of them shooters,
Fully clothed.
Yes, fully clothed.
You are a bit of a fully clothed sort of guy.
Long pants, running shoes, and a good polo shirt. Shit, you can't top it.
Well, they've got a top on, though, so that kind of doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, okay.
So back to my question. With synchronised swimming, if one of the synchronised swimmer drowns, do the rest of them have to as well? Because they've got to stay in synchronisation if they want the best points. At what point does it become, shit, our mate's dying, do we die with him? Or do we try and get the best points? Or do we say enough is enough, draw a line and let's save him before he does die, but then also sacrificing that chance at a elusive gold medal?
Well, I tell you what, answering that question, slimier than a snake trapped in a Mexican restaurant's septic tank. But to really grab onto that snake and answer the question, yes, they all have to die.
It really comes down to how egotistical you are and how selfless you are.
Well, it just actually depends how committed you are. Do you want a gold medal?
Well, no, can I finish what I was saying?
Oh, yeah,
so
go on.
If you're egotistical, you pull out and you save that person, but then you sacrifice the team and you let a nation down. But if you're selfless and you keep going and you drown with them, you're inspiring a nation with your gold medal to really better themselves. It's like cool running in the Jamaican bobsled team, except synchronised swimming and not in a bobsled in a swimming pool in a different Olympics. So not really the same thing, but there's sports and there's 4 people involved sometimes.
Yeah. You know what? I think, are you willing to die for it? Would you be willing to die for a gold medal? I certainly would.
I would too.
Only if I was sort of like 80 and wanting to die.
Well, then you'd bet the Masters games probably.
Yeah. No, isn't there the Super Masters? Because there's the Masters, which is sort of like the 50-year-old. Then the Super Masters, and now they're nearly dead.
Well, to get into the Masters games, you have to swipe your gold card for entry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. No, I don't know. I would say yes, they would all have to die, but I think they deserve it.
You can't not give them the gold after that, because that is commitment.
Yeah, but then who wears it at the funeral?
Well, no, you've got to get through the medal ceremony first. I feel like they just chuck their corpses up.
Yeah. Well, how do you make them sort of stand erect? Do you just hang them? You get a piece of rope around the neck?
Let's make this personal for a moment and give have a team of 3, a hypothetical team of 3.
Oh, okay.
We'll give them names: Deborah, Julianne,
and Barbs.
I was going to call the other one Blessing.
Okay, Blessing. Deborah, Julianne, and Blessing. All right, Here we go.
So if they're dead after in the pool,
is Blessing an African American?
Yes.
Okay.
So what country are they representing?
Africa?
Well, I was thinking the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, well, then they can all be black.
Yeah, but... Well, I mean, you could have a token white person.
Oh, one of those immigration people. Immigrants.
Yes, that's the one. Not immigrants, immigrants.
No, okay, immigrant. We got one white immigrant and then 2 white locals. No, 2 black locals.
Yep, from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Deborah, Blessing,
And
and
Julianne.
Julianne. Okay, what's going on from here, Bradley?
Well, they are synchronised swimming in the pool at the... When were the last Olympic Games? Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. They're in the pool in Rio de Janeiro. And they're dead in the pool after winning. They just got 10 out of 10.
I suppose they'll all float down the same way, so that's good.
Yeah, then they send the crew in. The camera crew actually bring them back up, and everyone claps. And then they pull them out of the pool, and they're like, shit, there's only so long until these bodies go limp. We need to get them on that medal ceremony stand, put their gold medals on them, put it in the casket. But then this leads to another question. Do they lock the casket or not?
Well, we answered that question last week, didn't we? Did
No.
we do an Instagram poll?
No, I completely forgot. Should we just do a poll of the room?
Okay. Well, wake up, everyone. Shut up, Brick.
We're not that boring, Jesus.
Jeepers. Okay. The one with the period, Carly. What was the question, Bradley?
Should you lock a coffin or not?
Yes.
Why?
Well, are they going to get out? Are they?
No.
Are they going to open it up themselves?
That's why you lock it, because.
But they're dead.
But what if they crawl out?
But they're dead.
Bradley, I think the listeners have probably had it about enough with this period talker. Amanda, are you on your period?
No.
Okay, that's great. And your answer to the question?
Yes, so someone doesn't steal the body.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
I feel like if someone's going to go through all the effort to dig up a coffin, they're just going to cut a lock anyway.
That's a great point there, Brad.
They're not going to pull it all the way out and be like, shit, it's locked.
Another debutante, James, is your name. Your answer to the question.
No, well, James, before we get on, do you have your period?
Yeah.
Have you had it yet? Or are you in mine and Jake's camp?
Of course.
Okay, so we're just us. It's just us.
He's mature.
Late bloomers.
We're not mature at all.
My answer to the question is yes, you do lock the coffin.
Okay, well, there we go. 1, 2 versus 1. So that's you must lock a coffin.
Well, I completely forgot what 3 Days Sober voted for. I don't think her vote counts. So we're currently at a stalemate of 2-0.
Okay.
Riveting stuff. We'll find out next week what the hell the answer is.
Are we going to contact Louise Upston?
Probably.
Okay, sometime soon we're going to get the confirmation, because obviously last week the mayor of Taupō answered his phone when we called him and said that...
Who's the mayor of Taupō?
What do you
Taupō, it's your worship.
yeah, your worship. His worship answered the phone.
And PYJAMA Cannon on our Twitter, he's only ever been referred to as your worship.
Exactly, your worship. And then my nana thought it was a rapid, the silly woman. So we're going to contact the member of parliament for the region and get a definitive answer.
Well, should we call someone right now and find out?
No, because we need to call Louise Upston.
I just thought it'd be funny. Well, if you kill some time, I'll find someone in my contacts.
Okay, well, a chance to plug the sponsors. Of course, we would not be able to do this without Oxygen, a great sponsor of the Charlie Foxtrot podcast. Without Oxygen, I think most of us wouldn't be here. So a big thanks to Oxygen bringing us the Charlie Foxtrot podcast. Hear the ring? Not too sure who he's actually ringing.
If she doesn't pick up, it's a she, by the way.
Well, that narrows it down by...
Hello.
Hi, Mum.
It's Liz.
Hello.
You're currently live on the podcast with Jake and a few other people. Say hi, guys.
Hi, Liz. No,
You've
hi,
no-
Jack. Oh, that's all right.
You've got to say something back. Silence is defeats the whole purpose of this. We've got a question for you that we desperately need answered.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Hooker Falls?
Hook Falls, which is in Taupo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a waterfall or is it not a waterfall?
Well, it is a waterfall.
Yes!
It is.
Stop talking, Liz.
Well, it is really a waterfall because it wouldn't be called Hooker Falls, would it?
Exactly right, Liz. Exactly right.
It's really just a rapid, though.
No, it's not.
It's rapids, but it's on a decline. It's not the traditional
right.
waterfall.
Well,
where it
next
comes
time-
to an edge.
Next time you're at church, you're going to have to fight Joy over it because she thinks it's a rapid and you think it's a waterfall.
Well, it's probably more rapids, but obviously...
Oh, no, settle down, Liz. You can't change your mind.
We need to go Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and we need to get your final answer.
Well, it depends on how you are going to determine...
Yeah, it's a
what
yes or no
waterfall is.
question,
Liz, you're sounding like Claire Curran.
The water declines downhill, so it's falling, isn't it?
So is
So
it
the
a
water will
waterfall?
fall.
Is it waterfall or a rapid?
Well, it's more rapid looking.
Oh, Liz!
So it's a rapid.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Give us a bloody answer, Liz.
Right, I'll say that it's rapid.
Oh,
But it goes downhill.
Is Dad there?
oh, look how powerful my nana is.
Oh, I don't know if his brain's going to be up to that.
It's too late for him. He should be in bed. Well, thank you for that.
No idea about Hooker Falls.
Does he not know where it is?
No. Well,
That's-
look, what does Google say?
Oh, well, Google thinks it's a waterfall, but that's besides the point.
We actually might need to get back to him next week and get him to do a bit of research into it.
So if you can tell Dad to learn what Hooker Fall is, we'll give him a call next week.
Okay, rightio.
See you, bye.
Okay, bye.
Love you, Bradley's mum. Okay, there we go. Listen.
It must be something in the
There's
Morrisville water.
There is something fishy about my nana.
Well, Liz thought it's a rapid.
Liz said it was a waterfall, and as soon as she heard Joy,
Boy.
Joy's menacing character.
She's been doing the rounds on the telephone.
Joy is a bloody. She scares the shit out of me. So my God,
I'll tell you what,
bloody-
she makes a good cuppa though.
She does actually. That's a great point. The Charlie Foxtrot, ready to rumble, Brett. Okay, are you ready or not?
No, I'm good. I was
Okay.
just waiting for you to carry on because I thought you were going to keep
start
talking.
the rumble. Well, anyway, I have a bit of life advice, and
yeah?
I'd just like to just really get into it.
What we need the segment? What's the segment's called? The segment called?
Jacob Flaherty's life advice.
I thought it was Jacob Flaherty, life coach.
Oh, well, I am a life coach. But
Yeah.
this is the life advice from the life coach.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought I'd bring this up pretty early in the podcast. I think it's very important because many people have urinary issues. Many people can't get
So
it out.
Can I just clarify? Are we talking about sort of getting it out or getting it into the bowl? Because some people have aim problems. Where it just
Yeah, well, it's twofold. It's twofold.
it's like a fire hose coming out.
So
sometimes.
sometimes you've got to really relax, and sometimes look. Let's be real. There are a lot of people that are pretty uptight.
Yeah.
To be honest, let's be real. If everyone just relaxed, they wouldn't have any pee problems. But it's because everyone yells and screams at everyone and gets all agitated I think that's why people have so many issues in the toilet.
Male urination is sort of an evolutionary process. When you start small and you're on the potty,
And then you become big.
yeah,
yeah.
quite literally.
Yeah, over time.
Well, for
yeah.
some people, but others they.
Yeah. And so anyway, sometimes people get stage fright and they don't know where they're aiming, they don't know how to get it out. And so but I've been using a technique lately. I had trouble a year ago.
Was this when your testicles were in the ground? Because I feel like that could cause quite a bit of a problem.
Oh, no, that was another time.
Or did you have urination problems during that time? Or did you have like a replacement?
No.
Well, how did that work?
I was fine.
So how did you urinate without testicles?
Well, Bradley, I don't think the urination process involves the testicles.
Well, I feel like that's still quite an important part to the whole urinary
Oh yes,
urinary sort of shenanigans.
it influenced my aim because of obviously the sort of the weight distribution.
the
wasn't
counterweight.
there.
It was so you had to readjust once they were gone.
Yeah. So
it's like rehab. You got to get used to it.
Amen. Anyway, but so that's got nothing to do with my problem last year. But anyway, I was listening to the Beatles one day, and I thought, you know what?
What?
I'm going to make myself a song and soothe myself, and I'm going to share it with the listeners.
Was it based on a Beatles song?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna man this so it doesn't die.
Okay. You man those controls
When you're
okay?
ready.
Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Pissing strains of urine, let it flow. And about at the end of that, when I sort of go high, it's about time to shake.
So you sing that every time you go toilet?
Oh, every time.
Well, do your flatmates wonder why you keep singing it?
Well, I think they've probably got the gist of it now. Anyway,
That could work quite a charm at night, because you know when you get up at night, you don't want to wake people up with the stream of urine hidden. Here's a fun game for you.
Okay.
So when it's dark, and when you're about to urinate, you either hit the water or something else, and if you don't hear that water sound, do you shit yourself a little bit?
No, because normally when I shit myself, I'm sitting
Well, not
down.
literally shit yourself, but do you get a little frightened that you don't know where your pee is going?
A little bit.
Well, I mean, it's like living life on the edge.
We were talking to our flatmate Carly about this Let It Flow, and it's a special time for you, isn't it, Carly?
It sure is.
Well, Carly's never been on the podcast yet, so we have to do a little introduction. What's your name and where are you from? This is an Alcoholics Anonymous, so we're okay.
I'm currently 3 days sober.
What's your name and where are you from?
Hold on, I got this. So, welcome to the podcast. I'm currently 3 days sober. Whereabouts are you from?
Hamilton.
Oh, you poor
Okay,
soul.
well that explains it. Anyway,
Well, I feel like everyone in Hamilton. So, and being sober in Hamilton is being drunk.
Let's just have a bit of a conversation about your time of the month. Does this song soothe you?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Well, are you menstruating a little bit better now since I sung that song?
No, I've got pretty bad cramps at the moment.
Okay. Well, it must be.
That's a bit of a
personal.
downer.
Must be a personal thing for me then. It sort of only gets me
Well,
going.
I've never had my period, so I'm not sure. I can't really relate that well.
I haven't had one yet too.
Must be due. We must be due soon, Jake.
You might just be late bloomers.
What does that mean?
You're just a bit late to the blood party.
Oh, right.
Aunt Flo hasn't stopped for a visit
right.
yet. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got to keep singing. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow.
Or does that only work for urination, or does that work for periods too?
We'll have to have another song. Listeners, send us some lines, some sick beats.
Because the pissing streams of urine wouldn't really work if you're having your period.
That's exactly right. So we need
leaking,
a new song.
Leaking streams of blood? Well, I feel like leaking's a good word, but we've got to make
Leaking streams of blood, let it flow. Woo, yeah.
That works.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we've settled the world's frustration problem.
We'll get back to you next week as to whether or not we've had our periods yet.
Yes, and we'll wrap it all up as to how Carly's cramps are going.
The Charlie Foxtrot.
So, motorways, contentious topic in life. You're doing many articles on it for university.
Yes.
So my question revolves around coffins and hearses, and now you've got those T2 transit lanes. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, actually.
Can a hearse driver with a coffin and a person in it in the back drive in a T2 transit lane?
Well, you've just said a person in it.
But
is
they're
the
dead.
person dead? Oh,
They're
okay.
dead.
Okay.
Well, that's why they're in a coffin. If you put two and two together.
Well, maybe they were an actor, you know? Actually, in all seriousness, I actually think they've got special dispensation like ambulances, police cars,
Do they?
fire trucks and
So
stuff.
can we just buy a hearse so
Probably.
we can drive like maniacs?
We could probably just buy a wagon.
Well, if anyone
a Ford bloody wagon, you know, one of those.
My dad knows someone with a hearse, so we
Wagons.
can steal his.
Well, I think, to be honest, you just got to tint the back windows and sort of put down your boot. Put maybe a fridge box in there.
Maybe a coffin in the... Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, I mean, coffins are bloody expensive. You gone to the
We
bloody...
could make one.
Have you gone to a bloody... what do you call them?
Funeral
Morgue, funeral home. You been to there lately? Shit. I haven't. But I know they're bloody expensive.
I've been to a morgue, but the atmosphere was really dead.
Oh, shit, Bradley. I've never heard that joke before.
I did say it last week.
Good grief.
Your memory's not very good.
It was a bit of sarcasm.
Oh, right. Was that what it was?
I think they might have special dispensation.
Oh,
But
right.
if they don't...
Well, if there's any hearse drivers who listen to us, first of all, you're doing God's work. Second of all, can you drive in a T2 transit lane?
Well, actually, I don't think they are doing God's work because Well, God's done the work. God's sort of, the person's dead.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like the work, the person's already with God or with Satan, theologically. Mm. So how are they doing God's work? Shit, this has gotten deep.
I have no idea.
It's quite
My
late,
mind's
isn't it?
just blanked out. I'm currently thinking of eating iced animals at McDonald's.
Well, that's fair enough.
Do you want to get dessert? I'm starving.
What's happening next week?
I have no idea.
Well, that's actually, for a bit of insight for the listeners. We only actually decide what we're going to talk about 5 seconds before
We should make
start.
that the whole theme of the podcast.
What?
The Charlie Foxtrot. We have no idea what we're saying until we start speaking.
What's the name of the Charlie Foxtrot for those people? Let's just go through the just before we wrap it on up and do the twirl of the finger and sort of finish. Well, that wasn't sexual, by the way. If anyone,
It's not the baby turning a light bulb off and the mother.
Yeah, that was a great. I was proud of myself about that.
That was really good. Well, how many babies does it take to change a light bulb in the mum? Just one? Because you were fiddling around for quite some time.
Yeah,
You're really getting into it.
I think there's a world of possibilities right now. I think.
Well, anyway, what was the question you were asking me about this podcast?
I can't remember.
Was it what the Charlie Foxtrot means?
Oh yes.
What means the clusterfuck in the phonetic alphabet?
I hope you're going to beat that out.
See, I was thinking about this, and I feel like maybe an F word every now and then won't actually do any harm. I'm just going to leave it in. Mainly because I heard there was one the other week, and I just couldn't be bothered finding a beep noise, so I left it in there.
Oh, that's fair enough then. I'm sure the executive producers won't mind.
We are the executive producers.
Oh, that's right.
We do everything.
Apart from the crew downstairs.
Yeah. Although they did die in a car accident, so we had to hire some more ones. Remember that story you told last week?
That was a bit awkward.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. Maybe that's where all this coffin talks come from.
Probably. Anyway, more shit coming up next week on the Charlie Foxtrot.
See you, bye.